Good morning. Happy Moon Day. We're starting off on our backs. I highly recommend soles of the feet on the floor, and maybe let your knees drop in together or just let them kind of land wherever feels comfortable in your body. So this week, the Sun and Saturn will conjoin in Aquarius, which is a big deal because, it happens once a year. As the sun transits through all the signs, Saturn will become combust, meaning it's very close to the sun. And so Aquarius is the lower legs in the body. And basically, according to Vedic mythology, the Sun and Saturn are enemies. But the way I look at it, it might present some difficult things. The sun might be illuminating some challenges you have related to this, wherever Aquarius is in your chart, perhaps. Whatever challenges might be being brought up by Saturn in Aquarius. So with that said, and then we have a new moon in Aquarius coming up this weekend. Next Sunday, I believe. It's like the 19th. Monday, the 20th. So lots of Aquarius energy going on. And so as you're here on your back, can you first just connect to your base? Notice the points of contact with support below you. Notice places that are touching the mat, places that aren't, places that weigh a little heavier than others. Can you just bring your awareness there and soften into that support? And then can you notice your breath? You notice if there's any movement happening with your breath at your nose or perhaps in your torso. And can you bring that movement down into your belly? So with an inhale, belly expands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, belly contracts, belly button presses towards the floor. And continue to ride that wave of your breath, just expanding the belly on your inhale. Exhale, belly button contracts. Maybe you even start to press into your feet to press your low back down on your exhale. And then inhale, belly inflates. Maybe you release the press of your feet. You might even kind of drag into your feet to arch your low back up off the mat. So exhale, belly contracts, low back presses down. So just a little tilting of the pelvis. As you inhale, the pelvis tilts. So the low back arches. As you exhale, press the low back down. Can you feel your glutes squeezing as you do that? Inhale, tilt. So your low back lifts up. Exhale, press it down. And can you feel the press in your feet as you do that? So inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then we'll start to just imagine there was a clock underneath you, and towards your feet is 6 o'clock. Towards your head is 12 o'clock. And so can you draw little circles, clockwise or counterclockwise? It doesn't matter. We're going to go the other way. So as you inhale, the pelvis will tilt around and down to 6 o'clock. As you exhale, it'll tilt around and up the other way to 12 o'clock. And so can you make these little circles of the pelvis? Exhale around and down one way, around and up perhaps. Inhale around and down to 6 o'clock, so that on the end of your inhale, you land in that arched position. On the end of your exhale, you land in that low back down, belly button to spine position. And can you notice if your knees are wanting to spin around a lot with that? Can you really fix your feet and feel how you have to press perhaps more into one foot to do one motion, and then that switches? But can you just feel that press in your feet as you do this movement? So the movement is coming from the pelvis. But feel how you have to move your feet, and can you keep your feet so steady? And then with the next time you come to 6 o'clock, with an exhale, we'll go up and around the other way. So inhale through 12 o'clock, or sorry, inhale lands you in 6 o'clock again, exhale up and around. So just switching the direction of your circles. Can you feel can you feel your sacrum on the ground, like the back of the bone in between your hip bones? Can you feel that bone perhaps? Can you feel how your feet have to change the press, and can you continue to keep your knees so steady as you do this? And then the next time you exhale and bring your low back down, and just kind of come to neutral there and connect with your feet. Maybe you lift your toes and wiggle them, place them down. Can you press more into the pinky toe side of that left foot, and then press into the heel of the left foot, press into the big toe pad of the left foot. So then we'll switch and press into the pinky toe side of the right foot, heel of the right foot, big toe pad of the right foot. So just do that again until you feel like you have a tripod under both feet. Press pinky toe pad, left foot, heel, left foot, big toe pad, left foot, pinky toe pad, right foot, heel, right foot, big toe pad, right foot. And so can you then grip the mat with your feet and continue pressing down through those 3 places on both feet? And then with an exhale, we'll press the low back down, belly button to spine, and you might start to lift your hips up off the mat. And so inhale to lower, release the squeeze of the glutes, release the press in your feet. Exhale, can you connect to those portions of your feet as you press low back to spine? Perhaps you lift your hips up and then lower. And so continue to lift and lower with your breath into the bridge pose, and then completely releasing on your inhale, and really feel those points in the feet pressing into the mat. Can you notice if one part on one foot or on both feet starts to want to lift up or not press as much? Is there equal pressing happening through all of those 6 points, 3 points on each foot, as you lift and lower? And as you continue to lift and lower, if you focus on it a little less, does something change? There might be a pattern there to pay attention to. And the next time you lift your hips up with an exhale, with an inhale, we'll pause there. And then with an exhale, can you bring one knee to lift? So that foot stays flexed on that leg. And notice if your opposite hip on the grounded foot wants to drop down or out to the side, and can you bring it in and up? And then exhale, lower, or sorry, inhale to lower, exhale, lift other foot. And then notice what happens to your grounded foot and hip. Can you continue pressing into those 3 points on that grounded foot? Lift the hips up, track that hip in, and then switch. Inhale to lower all the way down. Exhale, tuck, curl, and lift. Inhale, pause there. Exhale, lift just one knee. Notice what happens on your grounded foot. Inhale to lower. Exhale, other knee. Inhale to lower all the way down. And so 2 more rounds just like that on your own breath, moving slowly and mindfully, thinking exhale, press into the feet, press low back down, lift the hips. Inhale to pause there. Exhale, lift one knee, connect to your grounded leg, foot, all the way up to the hip. Find that stability there. Inhale to lower, exhale to switch it out. Inhale to lower all the way down. So one more time like that on your own breath. And then the next time you lower down, with an exhale, we'll lift up again into bridge pose and just lift one heel. Notice how that changes the press in the ball of your foot. Lower that heel down. Exhale, lift the other heel. Lower that heel down. And then maybe you want to continue alternating heel lifts. Notice if your hips want to drop down as you do that. Or maybe you want to lift both heels and see how you connect through the pinky toe pad and big toe pad of the foot that's lifted. both feet if you're lifting both at the same time. Are your hips dropping down? Can you keep your core tight? Lift and lower. And the next time you lower your heels, we'll lower all the way back down. Exhale to hug the knees in and just maybe rock side to side or forward and back. Maybe you want to place the feet wide on the mat and windshield wiper the knees. Then we'll come into a meditation posture. So maybe in your meditation posture, you want to stay laying down so that you can connect to your feet. Highly recommend that. But maybe you want to come seated. Either way, start to settle into the shape you're going to come into. And notice again your base once you arrive there. So as you more fully arrive into your meditation shape, can you notice the length of your spine? Could you maybe even shift to lengthen any amount more? Rib cage away from pelvis. Notice the points of your feet that are making contact with support below you. And then come back to your breath. Is there any movement happening with your breath? Can you feel movement at your nose? Movement at your torso? And can you bring that breath down into your soft portion of your abdomen, whether it's landing there already or not? As you inhale, belly expands a lot. As you exhale, belly contracts. And then continue to move the body with your breath in this way until you feel you've reached your comfortable maximum breath. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly contracts. And we're going to go off on a visualization now. So if you feel like your mind starts to wander too much, that's, visualization is to let the mind wander. Dream a little bit now. But you can always come back to your breath. And so now as you sort of let your breath become subtle, let your breath be whatever it's going to be. And then just take a moment to envision a big, important life goal. So something impressive, something perhaps distant, perhaps the overarching life goal that might be considered your dharma. So a lifelong dream, like your mission in life, something. How does your life's work fit into the grand mosaic of humanity? What is your little piece, your contribution that you're going to put all of your energy into? Might be called your dharma, your mission. And so can you just spend a moment with that awareness? What is that thing? And then can you condense the essence of that dream into a little ball of light? So maybe you give it a color that symbolizes the depth of its meaning for you. Could be your favorite color, if that helps strengthen your connection to it. It could be a cool color if it's serenity, peace, that you'll feel when the job is done. Maybe it's a warm, vibrant color to represent your excitement and vitality, the fire within you at doing this work. Or maybe it's white or golden light. So can you envision holding this ball of light in your hands, maybe just in your open hands, wherever they are? Can you feel its dynamic presence, its power, its worth? Giving loving thanks for your ability to channel this gift, your imagination and skills that will bring it into the world, your boldness and character that will persevere until it exists. And then can you bring this light to the center of your chest? And with each breath, let it infuse your body with its spirit and determination. So with an inhale, the light grows bigger and brighter. With an exhale, it moves throughout your body, perhaps starting at your heart, expanding out into the shoulders, below the rib cage, up into your neck and down into your core, your solar plexus, up to your third eye and down to your pelvis, out the crown of your head and down your arms and legs. Just feeling that light from right at your center grow bigger and brighter as you fill yourself up with this sense of purpose and spirit and determination. And you feel your being flood with the resolve and zest that you'll need to move deliberately towards this life purpose. Can you feel it, your being and your body, absorb this color, become one with this marvelous dream? Can you infuse your being with your ability to live out this dream as a part of you? Automatic, natural, a way of being in the world that you can start right now. As a promise made between you and your higher self. And can you return to your breath, breathing this light from your heart center throughout your being? And then as you inhale, now breathe into your heart center. And perhaps you like to repeat these affirmations with me silently or out loud. As you inhale, collect all your awareness at that light in your heart center. And exhale, I have the courage and the passion to fulfill my dreams. And let that settle and integrate. And then again, inhale, grab all your awareness to your heart center. Exhale, I joyfully apply my skills and vision to build a better world of tomorrow. For a breath, let it settle and integrate. And then inhale and gather all your awareness right at that light at the center of your being. Exhale, I appreciate the presence of thinkers and friends who share my ideals. With another inhale, gather all your awareness at that light at your center. Exhale, I use the magic of the unexpected to fashion good things in my future. One more inhale, gathering at the center of your being. Exhale, I honor my important individual contributions to the grand mosaic of life. One more time, inhale, gather at the center of your being, filling your heart with that light. Exhale and send that purpose, that intention, that dharma out into the ethers. Maybe you spend a couple breaths with that. Inhaling, collecting all your energy to your heart center. And exhaling, sending that essence out into the universe, out into the ethers, just silently speaking it into existence with your breath. And then just return to your normal breathing now. Let your breath become subtle. Let the light vision slowly dissipate, integrate through the body. Can you feel what it's like to own that dream? Even in the quiet whispers of your breath and meditation, what would it feel like to just completely own it and step into it in your way of being, in your daily life? Can you bring your awareness back to your base now, back to the points of contact with support below you? Inhale and bring up that grounding energy from that place. Exhale and soften something mentally, physically, or otherwise to settle more deeply into that groundedness. And in your own way and time, you might start to bring some life and movement back to your physical body. Maybe you flutter your eyes open. Maybe you wiggle your fingers and toes. Connect again to your feet. How are you going to step into this new or perhaps continued reality of walking towards that mission in life in your own way and time? Perhaps bring your hands to heart center. Maybe you place one palm on the heart, other palm on that hand. Inhale and breathe into that place, knowing you can come back to that little light within you. Anytime, tap back into that essence. Exhale, knowledge of the head bows to the wisdom of the heart. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you. Together we say, Namaste.